Yo, in this video, I'm gonna give you a bulletproof 4-point framework that you can take to the bank on exactly how to ask the right questions in a high ticket sales call to practically guarantee a sale. But guys, before I get into it, my name is Richard Mugica and we have a sales agency called OneCallClosers.com where this year alone, guys, we will do over $55 million in high ticket sales. I make these videos to help you make more money and master sales. And with that being said, if you haven't already, guys, down below, there's a link to the Closers Network and it's completely free. It's gonna give you every resource, everything you need to master this game and get way better at it. And so with that being said, guys, let's dive right into it. What you first must understand, guys, is that all of sales, doesn't matter what you're selling, B2B, B2C, does not matter. It's identifying the gap. Somebody is on the phone with you, not because life is perfect, it's because where they're at is point A and where they're trying to go is point B, and they're not there yet. That is why they're on the phone with you. And questions identify the gap, giving you more information that you need to close the deal. So let me give you my rock solid 4-point framework on exactly how to ask the right questions. Step number 1, guys, is you're gonna label the prospect with some type of problem. Let me give you an example. After you ask John, hey John, what specifically got you on the call today? He's gonna give you an answer, and that's usually the problem they're facing. So he might say something like, well, hey man, you know what? I got on this phone because I saw an ad and it sounds like you guys help with generating leads for real estate agents. And over the last XYZ, time, I've really tried to get more leads and I just haven't had that much luck. I've had ups, I've had downs, I've bought other programs, but it seemed like you guys really know what you're doing, right? Boom, I got some intel from John on why he's on the call. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that intel and then I'm gonna label him with some type of problem by repeating it back using this phrase. I'm gonna say, so it sounds like, John, the reason why you're on the phone with me today is because you're in the real estate business, you're trying to generate consistent real estate leads, you've had some ups and downs, and you saw an ad that we had, and you felt like we could help you generate high quality leads. Did I hear you right? Boom! I've just labeled John with a specific problem. And here's the thing, guys, what we're trying to get from John right here is like, yes, exactly, an so we're on the same page. What John might do, he might say, yeah, that's right, but, and he might add some more stuff. Don't worry about it. Whatever John adds to the problem, you just go back and relabel him by saying, hey John, thanks for that new information. So it sounds like the reason why you're on the call with me today is blank. That's it, guys. That's step number 1. Step 2 is now we're gonna take that problem and then identify what John has tried to do in the past to solve that problem. Let me show you how this works. So it's like, hey John, that's awesome. It sounds like you're trying to generate those leads. No problem. So John, I'm assuming you've probably tried some things in the past to help with this. What specifically have you tried, right? Yeah, man, I've tried X, Y, and Z, and then we're just gonna get intel on all that past pain. Tell me more about it, John. Hey, tell me about that program you bought. How did you like it? What didn't you like about it? Why do you believe it didn't work for you? What specifically would you have changed about it, right? And now we're getting more intel on John's past pain because we need to understand what John has tried and why it hasn't worked. And more importantly, John needs to understand that, okay? So step number 2 is now we get intel on past pain. Step number 3, guys, is now we have to identify what John feels like he needs to be successful going forward, okay? Because look, John wouldn't be on the call if he's been successful the way he wants to be successful. So now we have to ask John, hey John, what specifically do you feel like you need right now to get those leads? What would help you according to John, right? So I ask him the question and then we listen for the answers. John's gonna tell you a couple things. He's probably gonna say, what I feel like I need right now is really a dialed in system that I can just follow that outlines everything A to Z, right? And you might say, hey, in my last course, it was pretty good, but when things came up and I had issues, I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't have any support. And then you just repeat back what you heard to John. Hey, John, completely understand. It sounds like, John, in your last programs, what you lacked was just really comprehensive support because you ran into issues and you didn't know where to turn. Did I hear you correctly, John? You're like, yeah, exactly. Perfect. And it sounds like, John, right now what you're looking for is a dialed in system to get predictable leads on your calendar that can help you grow your real estate business. Does that sound about right? And then boom, yes, now you're on the same page with John. And then we're gonna take that a step further. Hey, John, tell me more about what specifically you feel like you need right now to be successful in your next program. Well, you know what, man, I'd really like maybe some hand holding. If you have anything that is maybe a little bit more one-on-one, because I've tried group stuff in the past, but I'm looking more for one-on-one. That's like, oh, great, John. I'm on track with you. So if I hear you correctly, John, not only do you want the support, not only do you want the dialed in system, but in an ideal situation, you would love some one-on-one guidance, somebody to hold your hand and maybe tell you exactly what to do. Does that sound about right? Boom, now you're on the same page with John. So guys, if you follow me up until this point, we've labeled John with a problem using the verbiage, hey, John, sounds like you're on the phone with me because X, right? Then we've got intel on past pain from John, and now we're tracking with him. And then we identified what John feels like he needs to be successful. And then boom, framework number 4, guys, is just getting into John's future. So now all your questions are around the future of John. And what this does is it now paints a picture in John's mind of where he wants to go, extending the gap from point A to point B. And so it's gonna go something like this. So you'll be like, hey, John, you know what? Thanks for sharing X, Y, and Z with me, man. Now, in an ideal situation, John, where would you love to be with your business in 3 months from now, 6 months from now? And then let him answer and then repeat back what you heard to make sure you're on the same page with John. And then you might hit him with another future question, right? Hey, John, in an ideal world, man, tell me, walk me through one of your ideal days. Like, what does that look like for you right now? If you could just imagine with me for the next, 30 seconds, I'd love to know, right? And then boom, now John's walking through his ideal day with you. And it's important to get this information for 2 reasons. A, it gives John clarity on where he's trying to go. If he doesn't have clarity on where he's trying to go, then you're not gonna have clarity. And then B, now you're getting John excited, right? He's telling you everything that he wants out of life, what his visions are. And the only people that tell another person their visions and their dreams is friends, is family. Most people don't even tell their friends and family this. So it's super important to get their vision. And now he's excited. He's ready and primed as you transition into the pitch, which, guys, there's a link somewhere on this video to how I would pitch in high ticket sales, a framework that you can use that works every single time. And with that being said, guys, that is my 4-point framework on exactly how to ask questions. If you use it, you will slam more deals and make more money in high ticket sales. And guys, with that being said, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Let the algorithm know, like, dude, this guy has legit content. I like this stuff. And of course, join the Closers Network down below, guys. It's completely free and you're gonna love it. We got like-minded closers in there, over 900 people. We have free programs, free courses, links in the description. And we'll see you for the next one, guys. Rich out.